Hey friends, your pal Diana here again with another tip. This one is a little bit longer, so buckle up. This came about a week or so ago when I was talking to one of our newer cute bookstores, White Whale Bookstore. I mean, they're not new, but they're new with Book Manager. And they were working on a report to feature new releases on their adorable website. And I figured, you know what? If they need to know how to do this, other folks probably should know how to do this too. So I'm going to go through that with you guys right now. So the backstory here is, as most of you know, you can feature on your web store just released titles. And what that means is titles that came out in the last 2 weeks. For some stores, using that dynamic filter is too broad. They want it to be more specific to say this week, or get a list prepared to feature in a newsletter blast to talk about what's coming out next week. So this tip ties both your software, custom inventory report, and your web store. So we're going to use both today. And like I said, buckle up. It's going to be a little bit longer. We are going to start in your Book Manager system, and you're going to jump into Xero for reports. And it's a custom inventory report that we're going to build. And I already have some reports, of course, because sometimes updating reports can take a couple minutes and I didn't want to bore you guys. So I have them already built. I've called them Tuesday new releases for next week and then for this week. Okay. This is the report that I just updated moments ago. There is a filter. This is a newer filter. You'll want to build your report. If you need help with custom inventory reports and how to create this, give the office a call. We can give you a hand with this part. I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty of like adding a filter and whatnot. I'm just going to show you what it can do. So you'll want your report to look like this. So if you need to, pause the screen and then build your report to match. So I have mine indexed by pub date. Oh, sorry, I went too fast there. The scope is invent entire file. And then I have it indexed by pub date. The other sorts or the other indexes don't really matter in this case, honestly. And then really the priority here, what you have to have is the must filter has to be active and pub date is blank. So today, or yesterday, I guess, Tuesday, like this week's Tuesday. And then I've put in 2 more excludes because I don't want to see calendars. Sorry, calendars. And then I don't want to see anything that we don't have on hand. Now, for some folks, they may want to promote titles that they don't have in stock as part of the new releases. In that case, just don't add this filter here. And then it's going to show you anything basically by pub date. So once you've got this report built, just press U for update and then page down. So what we can see here, this is the key field or column that I'm looking at here. Everything has a November 30th pub date, which is yesterday. So I probably would have done this routine on a Monday or something to prepare for my email blast. Or I know a lot of you hip bookstores have your, your Instagram accounts and your book talks, and you feature the Tuesday new releases. This is a really nice report for you to run and get those titles. And then that way you don't have to run around the store and go, what came out this week or what's new? Just let the computer tell you what's new. Let Hal do it for you. Once you have this report built, you just have to do U for update each week. So you'll make it part of your like Monday routine. Again, I'm going to use White Whale Bookstore as an example. Hi, Jill. She was going to make this part of her routine to just update this every Monday and then get her list of titles and then have it all set for her MailChimp or whatever email news blast to tell people about these are the titles that are coming out, and then also to update her web store. So that's the part that I want to show you right now. So I'm going to pause on the Book Manager software a bit for a second. I'm just going to minimize this. And then I'm just going to talk about the default sort of just released browse filter. So again, I'm logged in right now as Diana for Mosaic, and I can see a ton of stuff that our end consumers don't see. So obviously all of this inventory info and Amazon link and stuff like that. Again, just a store login and customers don't see that. So when I'm looking at my browse and I'm looking at the just released, you can see this cute little tooltip here. So this is titles released in the last 2 weeks. Again, I rambled at the beginning and said most stores will use a piece of site content that uses a dynamic filter of new releases based on what came out in the last 2 weeks. But some stores want to be more specific, right? And only feature the titles that just came out this week and then get a list of titles ready for what's coming out next week. I am gonna go back to here. So I've got a list here ready to go, brand new titles, and you can see, I am automatically generating it from the new releases, which again is looking at a wider time period. This is for people that really just want to focus on what's coming out this week. So a much smaller list of titles really. So I'm going to go back to Book Manager software now that I have built my report and it's all ready for me every Monday to come in here and update. I'm ready to do this week's. It's updated. Going to do P for print. This is a cool feature. So this is something you can do on virtually any list of titles that you see in Book Manager. Some of you folks might not know about this. So when you do P for print, you get this print preview with options. If I hit enter again, web store view from. So you guys might be used to seeing like the main printer or an email or a PDF. This is super handy. Whenever this got developed X years ago, I feel like there was a celebratory dance in the office, maybe, or maybe that was just me. So when you hit enter here, you have two options. I'm not even going to go into how to link this up, how to get it linked to your device. That's something you can call the Book Manager office about, how to make sure that it opens it up in your browser. Because if this doesn't look familiar, then you might not have this set up, and we can give you a hand, and I don't need to bore everybody else on that. So I'm going to hit enter here. This computer, open and view in a new browser tab. Please wait. Cool. So it has now opened up these 91 titles from my custom inventory report into, again, this is the old view, right? The store login. So all I need right now is just these ISBNs, and then I'm going to pop those into my piece of site content and use those titles. So you're probably like, say what? So just watch. So I'm going to click ISBNs. Okay, it opens up in a new tab. I'm just going to do Control A, Control C. So that is select all, copy all, FYI. And then I'm going to go back to my 85 tabs open, my original piece of site content, which I was automatically generating, right? I'm going to change that. I'm going to now say custom list of ISBNs, and then I'm going to pop those ISBNs in here. I'm just going to remove these little bits here, and then I will save. Now, my Diana Test new releases should only be for stuff that just came out this week. So they should all have a November 30th release date. It's a quick way for me to show you that. If I go into this power user brief mode, right? I can see here pub date is all November 30th. So awesome. That uses the Book Manager software, the Book Manager website. It's easy enough to update this report, like I said earlier, every week. I just have to come in here, you know, next Monday, and when I run this report, it's going to have a whole new set of ISBNs. If you have any questions or you want to talk about building a different type of report or something more specific to your needs, as always, give the office a call or email us. And thank you for tuning in.